A 73-year-old Nashville woman has been found guilty of murdering her husband. The jury took only 1 hour to reach its verdict against Christine Roberts this week. She reportedly admitted to shooting her 68-year-old husband in July of 2023 because he cheated on her. Roberts was sentenced to life in prison. Prosecutors in Tennessee are resting their case in the Tyree Nichols murder trial. 3 former Memphis police officers are accused of beating Nichols to death during a traffic stop back in January of 2023. After the prosecution called its last witness, defense attorneys immediately asked the judge to acquit their clients, Tadarius Bean, Demetrius Haley, and Justin Smith. Their request was denied. I'm Joe Lincoln.
Number 1 for news from across the state. This is the Tennessee Radio Network.
Okay, so just type the job website address here. That's it. Then you enter what job you're looking for there.
Electrician.
This is Peter. Recently, he got help going on the internet for the first time to look for a new job.
Okay, then you just hit search and...
In the past, Peter's gotten work through people he knew, but he heard there were more jobs online.
There we go.
These are all for me?
Uh-huh.
Really?
He had no idea just how many.
I can't believe it. This one looks good.
Peter's thinking the internet might be for him after all.
And this is just one website.
Wow. Why didn't I do this sooner?
See what the internet can help you do at everyoneon.org or call 1-855-387-9166 to find a free training class near you. Brought to you by Connect to Compete and the Ad Council.
A new partnership aims to tackle the rising homicide rate plaguing Memphis this year. City leaders announced federal prosecutors will work directly with local police precincts to pursue gun crime cases. Memphis Police Colonel Vicky Shabazz revealed the initiative during a community meeting, stating a dedicated U.S. attorney will assist with gun violence investigations at the Austin P precinct. The collaborative effort comes as the city reports 31 homicides in just 29 days of April, representing a 3% increase, though aggravated assault cases show a 13% decrease. A 73-year-old Nashville woman has been found guilty of murdering her husband. The jury took only 1 hour to reach its verdict against Christine Roberts. She's reportedly admitted to shooting her 68-year-old husband in July of 2023 because he cheated on her. Roberts was sentenced to life in prison. I'm Joe Lincoln, Tennessee Radio Network News.
From the Cookeville Communications News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. A parallel parking pattern will be tested today along Cookeville's West Broad Street between Cedar and Walnut Avenues. City officials say the trial conversion of parking is in direct response to ongoing complaints about angled parking blocking travel lanes. The city says the new parking layout will be evaluated over the next few months before deciding on a permanent parking layout. Tennessee Tech's Board of Trustees this week approved an increase in the school's tuition and mandatory fees for fall 2025. University officials say the 4.8% undergraduate tuition increase will cover operating cost and faculty and staff support. Sycamore Elementary School in Putnam County went into a soft lockdown Thursday. Officials said the lockdown took place as a precautionary measure following reports of police searching for a suspect believed to be in the area. That lockdown lifted by 1 p.m. That's the news from the Cookeville Communications News Center. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Wake up, Cookeville, it's a brand new day. Jason and Sheila got so much to say. From the heart of Putnam to the downtown streets, they're bringing you the buzz, the people you'll meet. Tuning dial up, let the stories flow. Good morning, Cookeville, it's the place to go. They're talking about the town, what's going on around. Events and news that make this county proud. With guests who take the mic, what's on their minds. Good morning, Cookeville, lighten up your life. From festivals to fairs, local art to the games, they're keeping you connected, knowing all the names. With laughter and stories, the hour flies by. Jason and Sheila keep the good vibes high. Tune in, dial up, let the stories flow. Good morning, Cookeville, it's a show to know. They're talking about the town, what's going on around. Events and news and make this county proud. With guests who take the mic, they share what's on their minds. Good morning, Cookeville, lighten up your life. Oh, good morning, Cookeville. Every morning feels so bright with local voices by your side. Jason and Sheila keep it real. Cookeville's heartbeat you can feel. They're talking about the town, what's going on around. Events and news that make this county proud. With guests who take the mic, they share what's on their minds. Good morning, Cookeville, lighten up your life. So grab your coffee, start your day. Good morning, Cookeville's on the way.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila. We're here live in the Willow Window Studio. Good morning, Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. It's 6:06.
Good morning. It's Friday, y'all. Partly cloudy. That's what it's going to be today. We're at 61. It'll be close to 80 by the afternoon. And it'll be another windy day. Gusty winds, 15 to 20 miles per hour.
But Sheila, sounds like you're, what do they say, give a damn might be busted today?
No, I give one. It's just I'm tired. It's the end of the week, but thank God it's Friday, y'all. Had such a wonderful day yesterday around the courthouse with National Day of Prayer.
It was windy, but boy, it was nice. It felt good, and what a great event! Round of applause for the National Day of Prayer Task Force.
Yes,
they got all that put together.
Such good people on that task force that you can tell the love is really there. They just want everybody to come together for the Lord and say the prayers. I love during the prayer because it really was windy. All the flags were around us flying, and you could hear them flopping in the wind during the prayers.
Yeah.
And then I forget who it was, but one person goes, "Yes, we feel you in that wind. Yes, Lord, keep that rain away."
Well,
and that rain stayed away.
I heard that too, and it kind of made me feel like a terrible person because I was like, "Boy, I wish this wind would die down."
See, I was thinking that too, and that's what they made me realize. Whoops, yeah, it could be raining.
It could be a whole lot worse.
It could be different.
Thanks so much for tuning in today. Whether that's on Hub Plus, you've got the Roku app downloaded. A lot of people doing that, so thank you so much.
We have a lot of new views on that, so thank you. We hope you'll stay with us and continue to just have fun with us, learning about local things. And
Facebook, it's doing well on there. Thanks to everybody who likes and shares. Our Facebook, and YouTube is doing okay.
Yeah,
we're not killing it on YouTube yet.
But we haven't pushed it as much as we have the others, to be honest.
Well, that's true, too.
So anytime you can share it, that kind of helps us grow, and we want to keep growing and getting the word out for our local folks that, hey, we're here.
We're here.
But thank you to those that have been with us since day one.
That's right. All right, so a few things you need to know. National Small Business Week is next week, and we love small businesses. Well, we are one.
Yeah, we definitely are.
The radio stations, Hub Plus. I mean,
even you and I with our own show, and
so we're a lot of small businesses around here doing good. And there's a whiteboard on the sidewalk between Father Tom's and World Foods, and the chamber wants you to come by there and write on there why you love supporting local businesses.
Well, that'd be easy.
Yeah, so stop by there. It's between 22 and 32 North Cedar Avenue, in case you didn't know where all that was.
Well, Baxter Historical Society is having their monthly meeting this Monday at 5 p.m. So you can join them for the monthly meeting. Be a short presentation on the history of Baxter. Drinks and snacks are provided. And they'll be planning their Harvest Festival that's coming up in the fall, and open house events. That's all they'll be talking about then. So said it won't be a long meeting, just getting things done.
This report out is pretty crazy. This isn't for the Upper Cumberland, but I imagine that it's close. A new report shows a family needs to earn at least $145,244 a year to purchase a median-priced home in the Nashville, Davidson, Murfreesboro, Franklin market. I don't imagine that's much different from here, but that's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
That's a lot of money to be earning just for a median-priced home.
Just for getting into a regular house is what I'm saying. That's all I have on this side of things you need to know.
Okay, Mary Poppins is playing tonight at the Cookeville High School.
Yay!
That's at 7:30 tomorrow. There's a 2 o'clock showing and a 7:30 show. Then on Sunday at 3 is the show. You can get tickets for that at gofan.co. And starting today, the city of Cookeville will begin a trial conversion of parking on West Broad Street between Cedar and Walnut. So instead of the angled parking spaces, we're doing parallel parking now.
Yeah, that could probably save a lot of room passing through there.
It would save a ton of room through there.
Depending on how big your vehicle is, I've noticed some of these big dually trucks have had to wait, and they let me go through, and then they'll go through, and it's 2 lanes, but it's real skinny lanes.
Yeah, dually can't get through there. No, I can't park big truck there. I got to go in that gravel lot.
But I'm talking about just driving through. It's hard for them to drive when somebody else is coming.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought, oh, what's he waiting for? I'm thinking, oh, he's a dually.
It's crazy how much bigger cars have gotten.
Yeah.
You know, because you look at old pictures. Of course, there also wasn't that many cars trying to park there either back in the day. But some of like the old pictures where it was packed down there like it is now, the cars were just smaller.
Looked like they had lots of room, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Lorraine had a bunch. So they're starting that today. So if you plan on going out to eat there on the west side, just know it's
almost like they're trying to retrain us, you know?
Well, I mean,
I need to be retrained.
I think that's smart.
Yeah.
Sunday is May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. A lot of Star Wars references will be made. Well, the Cookeville Library on Wednesday, May the 7th, be with you. From noon until 7, it's the Star Wars trivia and triple feature. So you can play some trivia, win a box of the original movies, watch some of the latest Star Wars episodes, and they're going to have free popcorn as well at the Putnam County Library. I think that's all I've got now, Sheila.
All right.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Well, next up is Your 2 Cents. So that's always brought to you by the folks at 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta, Freedom Pond. We love Freedom
Pond.
Thank you for sponsoring Your 2 Cents. And it's about celebrities. Who is a celeb most find attractive, but you go, nah, I don't know what all the fuss is over? I think that about a lot of them, to be honest.
Yeah.
One of mine, and I've gone on with them before just to be funny, but Jason Momoa, I know he's a big guy, looks tough, but he's not that good looking to me.
Looks like he smells. Like he would have a little bit of an odor to him.
Now, I think The Rock, I know he's not the best looking thing you've ever seen, but there's something about his personality, and he's got He works out a lot.
Sheila, let's just face it.
I like The Rock.
You like him bald.
Well, he does
Obviously,
look good bald.
because
yeah,
your
my husband's bald.
Yeah, I mean, slick-headed.
You think that's what that is?
That's something I can figure.
Well, he just looks like he would smell good too. The Rock.
The Rock looks like a bigger version of Tim, really.
Yeah.
So I think that's why you're so stuck on The Rock.
That may be.
I think that's why I like all the brunettes, because Donna and that, like, I used to think Crystal Gale was the prettiest thing that ever walked the earth. Crystal Gale and Wonder Woman, and by golly, if I didn't go get me a woman, looks like just like both of them.
Yeah.
Dark hair, blue eyes.
You did pretty good.
Come on. And pretty legs.
Just simmer down now. Simmer down.
Get a little wound up sometimes.
You got a little wound up on that one. So we'll find out what everybody else is saying about the celebs that others find really, really attractive, and you're going, nah, I don't know what the fuss is.
Well, I'll tell you one real quick before we get to break, Sheila.
Okay.
And he was voted like sexiest man alive. Paul Rudd. I know. I don't get
shocked
Paul Rudd.
He has a boyish cuteness and charm, and he seems like he'd be sweet. He's not wimpy. He's just fun and guy next door cute. So I get it. Because he's not Hollywood cute, which is what I like.
Right.
I like that he's not fake looking.
All right. Well, I just kind of like, sexiest man alive.
His humor.
Paul Rudd?
I think his humor is sexy. And at first, I'll admit, at first I was like, Paul Rudd? That's not who they normally pick. That's not the style of person they usually pick.
Right.
But I was proud. I was like, yes, he has the sexiness too.
It's not that I don't like Paul Rudd.
I get you, but you were shocked because he's not Hollywood big leading man.
Yeah,
status.
I guess that's what I'm saying.
Some of these Hollywood leading men, they don't know how to treat a woman. Because they've been married several times.
Here we go.
Or they're just like Leo DiCaprio. They're just out there having fun, which look, at least he's not married and he can do what he wants.
That's right.
But Paul Rudd,
yeah,
he's been married for quite some time.
Has he?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
Well,
sometimes I get Paul mixed up with who's Blake Lively's husband.
Ryan Reynolds.
I get those two mixed up sometimes, but Paul Rudd is even cuter than Ryan.
We'll get into your 2 cents coming up here in just a little bit here on Good Morning Cookeville. Good Morning Cookeville is brought to you by Willow Window. Get more information about all the things that they do, which is a lot. Windows, doors, custom window treatments, garage doors, new outdoor space. Mm-hmm. It's just they got a lot going on. Find out more about them at willowwindow.pro. We'll be right back.
Discover unbeatable value at Freedom Pawn, your ultimate one-stop shop. Conveniently located at 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta, we offer a vast selection of guns, ammo, knives, instruments, cameras, game systems, jewelry, tools, kayaks, trailers, and more. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, our expert team is here to help. We're now open on Mondays, so visit Freedom Pawn Monday through Saturday. Come see us and experience the difference. Freedom Pawn, the friendliest and cleanest pawn shop in the Upper Cumberland.
Your home, your sanctuary. This includes your outdoor haven as well as the interior of your home. Willow Window can elevate your outdoors today with elegant and innovative products from SummerSpace. From awnings and outdoor shades to porch enclosure systems, transform your porch to your favorite part of your home. SummerSpace has the perfect solution specific to your needs. Call Willow Window today for your free estimate, 931-WINDOW-1.
Unlock the best of local entertainment with Hub Plus. Do you have Roku? Download the Hub Plus app today. Dive into exclusive content like Good Morning Cookeville presented by Elevate Real Estate. Catch all the action with high school sports from Upper Cumberland Reporter and stay updated with the latest weather from Upper Cumberland Weather. Plus, enjoy fantastic local shows such as The Randy Porter Show and Cookeville Lifestyles Show. Don't miss out. Download the Roku app now and start exploring.
high today up to 80 for us. We going to have another cloudy day, another windy, gusty day, but it's 61 right now.
All right, your 2 cents is brought to you by Freedom Pond. They're at 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta. Head over there and see all the great stuff they got. Awesome merchandise, clean, it works, good clean store, tons of guns.
And ammo.
And guitars.
Well, who is the celeb most find attractive, but you go, nah, not my cup of tea?
That Owen Wilson. You know, the guy, he talks like this.
Yeah, I like Owen. I kind of think he's cute in an odd little way.
I mean, I'm sure they're...
So you don't find him attractive?
Well, no, I'm just saying I don't get it.
It said, who is the celeb most find attractive, but you're saying, nah, what's all the fuss over?
Yeah, I just don't... I mean, there's a lot of... Because that's what the question is.
Yeah. Well, Sarah Bird says, I just thought you'd say female. It shocked me that you said a male.
Well, they don't put a lot of, ugly girls out there being celebrities.
But a guy can be ugly, a girl can't.
Yeah. You see it all the time, Sheila.
Don't get me started.
No,
This is a whole other thing.
No, listen. I mean, you can go to any store at any time, and you'll see some old boy walk through, and you'll be like, golly, phew.
How'd he get her?
Yeah. And I'm sure that people ask the same question of me when I walk in with Donna. What in the world has happened that she's had to lower her standards to go to that old boy?
I say that all the time.
I know. But I mean, you don't have to, apparently, you can be an ugly dude and still get a really pretty girl.
Well, aren't y'all lucky?
Yeah.
Y'all just don't settle for anything, even if y'all are the ugly ones. That's the message I got. Sarah, she said John Legend, who I think is extremely handsome.
Do you?
Yes.
Oh, that's shocking, too.
John is a beautiful man. Trims that beard right, but she said he looks like a weenie. I prefer a man who actually looks manly, which I like that, too.
Yeah.
Sexiest man alive, she said, please give that man a dad bod and a beard and we'll talk then.
Yeah, let's hear it for dad bods. Swoop, whoop. Yeah, dad bods, they're the best.
I'm not against a dad bod.
Who needs to be in shape? That's what I'm saying.
Well, John Legend's he's just looks neat, wears neat clothes, and shaves his beard neat. He's kind of like
I'm with her on this.
Well, see, it's like I like Rob Lowe, too. He's just a pretty man, and he's got, he don't look like he can kick somebody's butt, but...
No, but it doesn't look like he'd, back away either.
Rob Lowe?
John Legend looks like he would go, ah.
No, he would talk him out of it.
No, he wouldn't.
Because he's smart.
He would think he could.
You don't know how smart he is. He's real smart. He's got a high IQ.
Well...
And to me, that's sexy.
He wouldn't be able to talk me out of nothing. I can tell you that right now. Me and John Legend, we'd throw hands.
Well, Michael Greer agreed with me. Jason Momoa, what's the deal with that?
Deal with what?
Jason Momoa.
Oh.
What's the deal with it?
Muscles.
Now, I do like some muscles.
He's got big muscles. That's what it is.
But he needs to go take a shower.
Big muscles and
cut
big
his hair.
And big wallets. That's what y'all girls like.
Don't tell me what I like. Somebody said Jennifer Aniston. But it was a woman that said that. And Leonardo DiCaprio. Now, to me, he looks like a little baby.
Yeah, I can...
Even with the age on him, he still, to me, looks like a little kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I just don't think he's all that good looking of a fella.
Angie said George Clooney. Ooh. Never heard George Clooney and ooh in the same sentence before.
No.
Now, George Clooney to me looks like a man.
Yeah, but
like an old Hollywood man, like old school Hollywood.
I mean, if we're just going off looks here, because he's got a little wacky here toward the end of his
We're
career.
just going on looks. We're not talking about political stuff, which makes him look ugly.
He's gone wacky. But
I'm going to tell y'all something.
But looks-wise,
Looks-wise, he reminded me of an old school, high school, Hollywood, like a Cary Grant. I always thought he was handsome. And he looks very manly. He's got that jawline.
Yeah.
There's not really a great Hollywood guy you can compare to Cary Grant or Paul Newman. Those were the best.
Yeah.
The good-looking gentlemen.
Yeah, you're right. There's not that
I
now.
can't think of anybody like that.
Something else I noticed, just speaking on this a little bit, and maybe some of y'all have noticed, in television commercials right now, the men in the commercials,
I've noticed this,
have to, they look thin and muscular and in shape and all the stuff like they used to.
No, I haven't noticed that.
But the women in TV commercials don't anymore.
No, I've noticed that some of the men are wearing their man buns and looking real thin and looking like they don't have muscles, and I'm like,
well, there are,
I don't like it.
There's some of that, but it's mostly.
What are the women looking like to you?
Just like normal.
The women are looking normal?
Yeah, but the men still have to look like they're models.
I don't think so. I don't know what you've been watching, but I ain't seen no model men or women.
Well, you're probably not watching the same shows I am.
Because I'm just thinking, what is society doing?
I don't know.
We have a real-looking man and a real-looking woman. But nobody wants that, I don't guess.
No, I don't think anybody wants.
Here in America, we've all gained weight.
Show me the pretty people.
Show me the normal people.
I can't really think of any more. I'm sure that there are some ugly celebrities out there, which y'all know who they are.
Well, some says Tom Cruise. I've never understood all the fuss about him. There was a couple on there that said Tom Cruise. As far as his looks, he doesn't look bad. He's just crazy.
That's weird. I mean, he's got some crazy beliefs, but the thing that's crazy about Tom Cruise is that his tooth gap is to one side, and it doesn't match up with his whatever this is right here, your cleft. What is this on the top of your lip?
Yeah,
it doesn't match. It's off centered.
Boy, you really been looking at him.
Well, no, that's been a whole thing on the internet, Sheila. I didn't have to go looking for that.
I think he made it up on there.
That was pointed out for everyone to see.
And then Madonna. Somebody said Madonna and Taylor Swift. I think Taylor Swift's beautiful. I think she's pretty.
I think she's pretty,
Y'all
but
just get on. She just gets on y'all's nerves.
I don't think she's the be all end all.
No, but if she hadn't have been so pushing herself out there so much, y'all think. And she's of age now. She's little girlish looking when she first came out. Now she looks like a woman. So if we hadn't have known any of the past, and she just comes on stage, and you didn't know all this annoying stuff with her dating a football player, I think most would go, "Who's this beautiful girl?"
Well, she is a beautiful young lady. She is, and you're probably right. It's probably
we're thinking of all the stuff that's gotten on our nerves.
Sick of hearing about Taylor Swift.
And somebody said Annie Kardashian. Look, you might be sick of them, but they all look good.
Well,
but the best one, I think, the mama Chris is the prettiest.
The Kardashians, yes, the Jenners. That Kylie Jenner is beautiful.
Kylie and Kendall. Kendall is the model, and
yes.
Kylie,
right?
She's got a figure.
Yeah, I mean they're both the Jenners are way prettier.
I agree with that.
Okay.
I do.
Well, I'm glad we can agree on something on this subject.
None of them are ugly.
Sheila, I feel like we've been, that we're not on the same page on this.
Well, yeah, that's part of our shtick, though. We do like picking and taking opposite sides sometimes.
Right, but I mean...
it's Friday, and you know what? I agree with you.
What, that we're not on the same page?
No, that we are on the same page.
Oh, I mean just on this subject here about pretty celebrities.
Right. We get it. We get each other on it.
Okay.
Oh, that's sweet.
Well, I just felt like we weren't copacetic.
But we were on this, right? Because I agreed with you with your Jenners.
Okay. All right. On that last one, yeah.
Copacetic. You're using big words to see if I studied when I was going to school, how I was in the vocabulary.
And the Jennifer Aniston thing, I think we agreed on, because she's gorgeous.
I've never heard anybody say that they don't get it.
I'll tell you one that I really, really like.
Yeah. That people don't get.
And you know how I feel about Tennesseans.
Mm-hmm.
That I always root for them. Reese Witherspoon.
Was people thinking she's not pretty?
No, I think she's pretty, but I don't think she's.
I'll fight somebody on Reese Witherspoon.
I just don't think she's all that. But I think here's why.
Here we were. We had a good ending and we agreed.
Now listen, I think here's why.
I love my little Reese Witherspoon. She's the second under Dolly as Tennesseans.
Donna had that movie on with Reese Witherspoon and Sofia Vergara.
They did a movie together?
Yeah. And
now that's a hot lady right there, Sophia.
I think watching Sofia Vergara.
Let me tell you, you don't set little Reese up against. I mean, it's totally different.
It was like
both beautiful in their own right, but it's a different type of beauty.
Right. It was like watching, a good.
I understand what you're saying now.
Yeah.
So okay.
So that's all I'm saying is
with them side by side, you're like that little Reese don't compete.
She's trying,
because you think she's adorable and she's pretty,
right?
But then you set Sophia there with her hips.
Yeah, and the hips don't lie. They don't lie, Sheila.
I've told you who I'd like to look like: Sofia Vergara.
Me too.
And Selma Hayek.
I think
something about these little Hispanic ladies.
I think our ratings would go up.
That means that's kind of mean to say. Like, oh, you just got a dumpy one now.
Well, I say the thing would be said to me if I came in here looking like
anybody else.
One of these pretty boys.
Yeah, won't you talk about yourself instead of acting like I'm not all up to par? I come in fully furnished with makeup on and everything.
Fully furnished, absolutely.
I don't even know why I try, y'all.
It's 6:32 now.
Is it now?
And spoiler alert is coming up next. Here on Good Morning Cookeville. Y'all hang out, okay?
No support from my broker, minimal commission splits, and outdated marketing tools.
Sound familiar? Accelerate your real estate career with Elevate. Experience broker support, coaching, and training on how to make your team successful, competitive commission plans, and cutting-edge marketing tools.
Join our innovative company with a proven system that compresses 3 years of business growth into just 1 year. Please call 931-520-6450. Elevate Real Estate. We help you accelerate.
Hey guys, this is Jeff Root, General Manager at Ford Lincoln Cookeville. Are you tired of having to wait at a dealership to get your car serviced? Well, then you're going to love Ford Mobile Service from Ford of Cookeville. From oil changes and tire rotations to simple repairs, our certified technicians will do their thing right in your own driveway thanks to our state-of-the-art mobile service van. Let us come to you. Schedule your Ford Mobile Service now at FordLincolnCookeville.com or give us a call at 931-526-3325. Terms and conditions apply. See deal for details.
Did you know that all of our stations have some great half-price Upper Cumberland deals? You're supporting local businesses and getting great savings at the same time.
Businesses like Foglight Food House, CG's Boutique, The Exceptional Bean, Fire and Vine Restaurant and Rooftop Bar, and the Royal House of Cheese.
Visit any of the Cookeville Communications station websites for more information or to purchase a half-price gift card.
Good morning, Cookeville. I'm Jacob Vinson with the UCR Sports Report. On UCR last night, the Upperman Bees baseball team beat Cumberland County 8-4 to open up the 7 AAA district tournament. The Bees trailed 4-2 but scored 6 unanswered runs to punch their ticket to the semifinals. In Game 2, Still Memorial beat White County 5-1, powered by Titus Bisbee on the mound, who went 5 innings, only allowing 1 hit and no runs. World number 1 golfer Scottie Scheffler is still seeking his first victory of the season and got off to a hot start at the CJ Cup Byron Nelson yesterday, shooting a 10 under 61 to lead by 2 shots after the first round. Scheffler missed last year's event in his hometown due to the birth of his second child. The New York Knicks punched their ticket to the Eastern Conference semifinals, beating Detroit 116-113 last night and winning their series 4-2. Knicks will play the Boston Celtics starting on Monday in the semifinals. In the Stanley Cup playoffs, the Maple Leafs and Golden Knights each moved on. Toronto beat the Senators 4-2 to win their series 4-2, while Vegas beat the Wild 3-2 to win their series 4-2. Join us tonight on the UCR Facebook page and YouTube channel for more 7 AAA baseball tournament action. At 4 o'clock, the Cumberland County Jets play DeKalb County, and at 7, White County takes on Livingston Academy. I'm Jacob Vinson, and that was the UCR Sports Report.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Studio. Good Morning Cookeville is brought to you by our friends at Elevate Real Estate.
You know what? We got great guests coming in.
Yeah.
Jacob Vinson will be in from the Upper Cumberland Reporter after 7. Then at 7:30, Shane Warren, the pastor at the Bend Church, we'll be talking with him at 7:30.
Man, he's
a busy guy.
He's been to Washington and been working in the White House and all this other stuff. Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to hearing about
Starting new churches.
Yes,
the Bend
right.
is fairly new.
Yeah, and they got they're over there by Tractor Supply.
Uh-huh.
Cool sign. I like their logo.
Mm-hmm.
So looking forward to talking to him and about what he's been doing in Washington with is it the Faith Office?
Yes.
I think I'm not sure exactly what the official title of that is, but
I'm happy to have some local folks from this area there talking.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
I didn't even realize there was a faith office in Washington, and that's really cool to find that out. Nice. Maybe that's why we have national days of prayer all over the place.
Well, or I saw it on Twitter that Trump was doing that.
Nice.
So. Anyway, spoiler alert time. Things going on in the world of entertainment and music. Tonight on television, just regular old TV, ABC's got Shark Tank in 2020. CBS has NCIS Sydney and SWAT and Fire Country. Some UFL football is on Fox. Grosse Point Garden Societies on NBC, and then Dateline is on NBC as well. New to streaming, season 1 of Bad Boy on Netflix.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to be in that one?
I mean, ain't no bad boy, Sheila.
Bad boys. What you going to do?
Season 2 of Unseen is on Netflix. And on Max, there's a series premiere of a show called Malditos. Which that sounds like a new product at Taco Bell, doesn't it?
Or a new drink.
Yeah.
I'll have the Malditos.
Yeah. Saturday, the more Stanley Cup playoffs. That's on ABC. Pretty much it. American Idol is on Sunday. Also on Sunday on ABC, the Time 100, the world's most influential people.
I don't know if we made that one or not. If it's the world's, we made the local.
Yeah, we
batch back in February.
But I don't think we're making world, or even
test. Did you turn that in for us?
Or even America.
Yeah.
Probably not even the States.
I think they just needed to round it all out when we got this one in February.
We
fall.
need 2 more who would show up to get their picture made.
Oh, Jason and Sheila. They love getting their picture made.
Yeah. So that's what's on all the regular TV shows, or maybe you're watching something good right now. That Watson show, it comes on Sunday, and it's turned out to be pretty good. Have you seen it yet?
I haven't, no.
I bet you and Tim would like it.
Well, we might give it a try.
Yeah. Oh, and also on Netflix, Conan O'Brien, the Kennedy Center Mark Twain Prize for American Humor will be on Netflix.
Well, he's hosting, isn't he?
Well, I think he's getting the award, isn't he?
Getting it?
I guess. I don't know.
Conan O'Brien.
I watched the last one. It was Dave Chappelle. No, it was Chris Rock. And Dave Chappelle was on there.
You get those two mixed up all the time. One's tall, one's teeny tiny.
I don't get those two mixed up. I get Chris Rock and I forgot the other guy.
Smith?
No.
He slapped him.
No.
Will slapped Chris.
He's a little fella. Kevin Hart. Yeah.
Kevin Hart.
I get Chris Rock and Kevin Hart confused all the time.
That's funny.
Josh Hutcherson has joined Rachel Sennot's upcoming HBO comedy series, replacing Miles Robbins in the lead role after changes were made post-pilot. That means they showed the pilot.
And then they go, we're going to make some changes.
Yeah,
People didn't like this.
Come to find out, that guy sucks. Gal Gadot and Matthias Schoenaerts, I have no idea who that is, will star in Ruin, a post-World War II thriller directed by Mulan's Nikki Caro. The film follows a Holocaust survivor and a German soldier seeking revenge on a Nazi SS squad.
That sounds interesting.
You'd always want Gal on your side for that, because she's Wonder Woman.
She's cool.
Beach Boys singer Mike Love is mourning his younger brother and former NBA player Stan Love, who passed away Sunday following a long illness. He was 76. Mike posted a tribute writing, "My big younger brother, you called me the superstar, but to me, you are the superstar."
Oh.
I hate that for any family, for sure, to lose.
I really think a lot of Mike Love. He seemed like he'd be a good guy to work with.
Yeah, I think so too.
Sweet guy. I mean, he's a beach boy. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, John Stamos the full-time drummer now for the Beach Boys?
I don't know if he's full time, but he still runs around with them.
I mean,
he enjoys that and is really good.
Yeah.
They love him.
At the movies this weekend, there's a new movie from Marvel Studios, Thunderbolts. The critics are saying assembling a ragtag band of underdogs with Florence Pugh as their magnetic standout, Thunderbolts refreshingly returns to the tried and true blueprint of MCU's best adventures. So high praises there from Rotten Tomatoes, if you put any weight into the Rotten Tomatoes. Maybe you don't, and that's okay. You know the movie where Alec Baldwin shot somebody?
Rust?
It's finally coming out.
Oh, I was not sure if they were going to show that.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, that producer or director that passed, that's her last movie.
Yeah.
So it's like you'd hate not to show. I would be okay with it if her husband is okay with it.
There's a lot of people saying in the New York Post anyway that that they're being criticized as being insensitive and unnecessary.
So
there's people out there who think this is, to me, I was kind of taken aback by it too.
Yeah.
Like, are you serious?
Well, I'm shocked, and I'm like, okay, I think it's up to the husband. Her immediate family was her husband of I forget how many years, and then the son, which was like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Oh, that whole thing is so sad and should not have even happened.
Well, I'm sorry, so they shouldn't show any movie that somebody got killed in. But then I got to thinking,
The Crow, that was
the Crow, and then wasn't someone killed in Platoon?
I don't know.
And then Wizard of Oz.
I don't know if Wizard of Oz, if that's a lot of just fakeness.
You can see somebody hanging themselves.
I think they just wanted to take Wizard of Oz down.
Either that or it was a rogue flying monkey that...
I think that's what it was. It was a rogue flying monkey.
So, but that's how I had to get it in my head. It's kind of like, okay, well, this is the first time that someone died during a movie. and then they
I don't
went
know
ahead
how
and
I
released
feel
it.
about it, to be honest.
This is just the first time somebody shot somebody, and there was a
It
big
does
trial.
seem weird that somebody on the set shot somebody, and then it's just going on like.
Yeah. Well, here's the other thing too. I probably wouldn't watch Alec Baldwin in a Western anyway, because he doesn't look like he would be
Westerny. You and I both come up with the same word.
You know what I mean?
Westerny.
He doesn't seem that way, but
And apparently he was not Westerny.
right.
Didn't know how to hold the gun safely.
Yeah. So I probably wouldn't see that anyway. Let me see if there's anything else in here,
Give me
Sheila.
a weird feeling knowing that's still going to be on, though.
Yeah. Oh, the only other thing, remember that Jesse Smollett, how he pretended that he was
Smollett,
attacked and
yeah, I know who
all
you're
that
talking
stuff. Well, he's reached a settlement with the city of Chicago. The city wanted $130,000 to cover overtime costs during the investigation. The specific terms of the settlement remain confidential. The agreement resolves the city's civil lawsuit against him. So my guess it was somewhere around that 130, maybe a little bit less. I'm sure they negotiated it down some.
And the reason they're saying that, it took manpower to research to try to find who attacked him.
Right.
When it was really him just acting like somebody attacked him.
Just a setup.
There's a lot of, city officials that went in and helped and tried to find out who's behind this.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of manpower, and that's a lot of money.
He had a bunch of people tricked into a lot of things.
Why did he do that? I guess just
Couldn't tell you.
Make his career better?
I have no idea. It's 6:46 now, and coming up, we've got the real good couple stories that are positive and uplifting, and round 5 of this week's Ask Sheila. So Sheila,
I have 4.
need to get it together.
Is it 4?
No,
5.
you got 6 right.
I got 6.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like that. So if I get all 3 today, I could have 9, which doesn't break my record. But...
No, but you still be doing good.
Hey, I'm doing better than I thought.
All right, so we'll get into that here in just a little bit. It's Good Morning Cookeville. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. We'll be right back.
Elevate your space with high-quality window treatments from Willow Window. Our dedicated team crafts custom solutions featuring sleek blinds, elegant shades, custom interior and exterior shutters, and luxury drapery tailored to your style. Transform your windows into stunning focal points that enhance your home's charm. Reach out to us today for your complimentary estimate. 931 Window 1.
Unlock the best of local entertainment with Hub Plus. Do you have Roku? Download the Hub Plus app today. Dive into exclusive content like Good Morning Cookeville presented by Elevate Real Estate. Catch all the action with high school sports from Upper Cumberland Reporter and stay updated with the latest weather from Upper Cumberland Weather. Plus, enjoy fantastic local shows such as The Randy Porter Show and Cookeville Lifestyles Show. Don't miss out. Download the Roku app now and start exploring.
Warning! Excessive fun ahead. The 47th Annual Polk Salad Festival hits Jackson County May 8th through the 10th with live music, vendors, events, and car show. And more polk salad than you can shake a biscuit at. Visit polksalad.org and tell your taste buds we said you're welcome. It's the Polk Salad Festival in Jackson County with Cookeville Communications.
From the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio, I'm Anthony Taylor with your Friday morning forecast. Our best chance for rain and storms so far this week will come later today. Thunderstorms are expected to develop in the heat of the afternoon, continuing into the evening hours. A few storms could be strong with gusty winds and hail. Highs will climb to around 80. South-southwest wind around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Showers and storms are likely overnight with lows around 60. Saturday is looking wet with scattered to widespread showers and thunderstorms likely. Highs will top out around 70.
Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. It's 6:49 now.
our guests. We're excited about our guests. From Upper Cumberland reporter Jacob Benson, and then Shane Warren will be in from the Bend Church. He's the pastor over there, and we'll talk to him about some things going on at the Bend. Maybe some Washington, D.C. visits.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
That he's done. We'll find out about that. Hopefully, if he'll tell us. I didn't say that's what we're going to talk to him about.
I don't think anything in the faith office is top secret.
It's real secretive.
Yeah. Oh, maybe.
We're going to have faith.
Might be classified. Who knows?
It's kind of cool that he went, though.
Yeah. I can't wait to talk to him about that. Every single day, me and Sheila, we go through a bunch of news stories, try to find some that are positive and uplifting. We call it the real good. The NFL draft was in Green Bay, Wisconsin last weekend. Huge event, the draft is. And a whole bunch of football players, their families, their friends, waiting backstage for their name to be called. While backstage, the players' families, and friends had their own areas to relax, which involved many pieces of furniture. If you watch the draft, you're like, man, they've got those things decked out.
Mm-hmm.
Once the draft was over, workers dismantled those backstage areas and then donated those furnishings and other resources to local charity groups in Green Bay.
Nice.
Yeah. Before leaving town, the NFL donated about $500,000 worth of materials and food to Habitat for Humanity, the Red Cross, the Oneida Nation, and area school districts. So,
That's nice.
That was actually good thinking by the NFL.
Yes.
You hardly ever get that from them. So way to go, NFL, thinking that through. Instead of just throwing stuff away. 2 hikers were exploring a trail in the Czech Republic when they stumbled upon nearly 600 gold coins dating back to 1808.
I wonder how much they're worth.
I'd say a whole bunch. 1808.
A whole bunch.
Pure gold. Here it is. Valued at $340,000.
Whoa.
That's a bunch.
Yeah, it is.
Researchers at the Museum of East Bohemia were thrilled to see the collection, and are now putting together a display for a future public exhibit. As for the 2 hikers, it's their lucky day. They couldn't claim the full value of the gold, though, because the Czech Republic entitles them to a reward of up to 10%, not the total. So they only got 10% of that they had to split. It's still not shabby.
Yeah, it's still extra money for you.
But it's not $340,000.
Which is a whole lot better.
What was that, $34,000?
Well, now you're trying to confuse me. You know how I am about numbers.
I believe that's right. Then they've got to split that. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's better than a poke in the eyes, I guess.
Well, much better than that.
But it's cool that they found it. So that just tells you right there, if you find something like that, keep your mouth shut.
Yep.
And then just go get it melted down.
Just keep your mouth shut and sell it.
Yeah, just keep your mouth shut.
Get all the money so you won't have to share it.
Who cares if it was from 1808? Do you really care? Or
if you turn it into a museum or something, do they pay you to keep it? Or do you just say, hey, I'll let you borrow it? Is that how that works?
I don't know how. I've never found anything.
Never found anything worth like museum stature.
Never in my life. I found, an arrowhead's about the best I've done.
Yeah, but you haven't checked on that. I think that's probably some expensive arrowheads you found because the point is still on there and it's real sharp.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
We don't need to be talking about. People know you got one now.
Well, you could find them all around. They're all around here. You can find arrowheads.
Yeah, but yours is one of the better ones I've seen.
It is one of the nicer ones that I found. It wasn't chipped at all.
And then
that was
pretty
after
weighty size.
Yeah, and that was after I had tilled up the garden too. Yeah. So anyway, all right, Sheila, are you ready? And I'll just be real honest. I love you. I think you're great. I don't think you're ready for today's Ask Sheila.
I don't think I'm ready either. I'm real tired. End of the week. A lot been going on. I'm just like, let's take a little nap over here. But no, I've got to be ready. Got to pay attention.
But you ready, you think?
Yes.
All right. A survey says new parents will spend a total of 47 hours doing this. What is it?
Rocking their baby to sleep.
It's something that is probably done before the child is even born.
Nesting, getting their room ready.
It's more about thinking than doing.
This sounds confusing. Thinking than doing. Oh, planning for their college. These are good answers.
Choosing their child's name.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
I thought we went past that and we're saving for college.
Well, I plainly said at the beginning that this is before they're even born.
I remember that. And I thought planning for college because a lot of them do
Well,
that.
planning for college might take more than 47 hours.
That's right. That's why they start before they're even born.
Well, 47 hours is what was in the question, is what I'm saying. All right, let's move along to question number 2.
I still think, despite me being tired, I gave good answers. You don't think those were good answers?
I think that, Sheila, let me tell you,
I
I think those were great answers.
You like Jell-O.
You do like Jell-O.
What's my favorite kind of Jell-O?
I don't know.
Favorite flavor?
I don't care. I mean, no.
He's as bad as me this morning.
Question number 2. Like, I'm supposed to remember your favorite.
I don't even think you've ever known it.
Well, then quit asking.
I just said, I wanted to see if you could guess it.
And quit asking.
Hush up now.
According to a recent survey, parents say this phrase to their kid the most. What is it?
Don't make me tell your daddy.
No, but I bet it's one you've heard.
They say this the most.
Yeah.
Hush up.
I really, this has to do with finances.
If you don't start saving now, you'll never be rich.
Money doesn't grow on trees.
Oh, I got told that one a lot. Why didn't I say that one?
I don't know, Sheila. I thought that one. I thought you'd get that one.
I about did.
I thought that finances was a great.
It's a good answer, good hint, whatever it's called. I'm ready for the last one. I've been doing so good this week, and now I'm just blown it all up.
Well, you really petered out here toward the end of the week.
On everything.
When it comes to inheriting things from your parents, 30% of women in the poll say they got this from their dad. What is it? This is more inheriting traits than like things or money.
His sense of humor.
Not sense of humor.
His intelligence.
No, not his intelligence.
His business sense.
No, not his business sense.
His math knowledge. I don't know.
His temper.
Oh, I definitely did not get that from my daddy.
Yeah. Only 30% of women polled said they did.
No.
So you're in the majority there. What do you think you got from your dad?
My wittiness. You don't think I'm witty? Today, don't judge.
Yeah.
But he likes to have a good time.
Today is it, Sheila?
No, he likes to have a good time and pick and be fun. And he says that he's shy, but when he's making people laugh and center of attention, he's lacking it.
Yeah. Amen. We were at the National Day of Prayer, and Noah McKay from Overcome Reporters there running the camera, and he thought he had to tell Sheila to look at the camera.
He said, don't forget now, when it's on, you look at the camera, and I go,
well,
and you're telling me because?
Sheila will find any camera anywhere.
And I've been that way since I was 5.
I can guarantee you that. All right, hang out with us. We've got Jacob Vincent from Uppercoming Reporter coming up here in just a little bit. Also, Pastor Shane Warren from the Bend Church. He just got back from Washington, D.C., the White House. So we'll talk to him coming up a little bit later. Stay with us, guys. We'll be right back.
TRN News.
A 73-year-old Nashville woman has been found guilty of murdering her husband. The jury took only 1 hour to reach its verdict against Christine Roberts this week. She reportedly admitted to shooting her 68-year-old husband in July of 2023 because he cheated on her. Roberts was sentenced to life in prison. Prosecutors in Tennessee are resting their case in the Tyree Nichols murder trial. 3 former Memphis police officers are accused of beating Nichols to death during a traffic stop back in January of 2023. After the prosecution called its last witness, defense attorneys immediately asked the judge to acquit their clients, Tadarius Bean, Demetrius Haley, and Justin Smith. Their request was denied. I'm Joe Lincoln.
Number 1 for news from across the state. This is the Tennessee Radio Network.
Okay, so just type the job website address here. That's it. Then you enter what job you're looking for there.
Electrician.
This is Peter. Recently, he got help going on the internet for the first time to look for a new job.
Okay, then you just hit search and...
In the past, Peter's gotten work through people he knew, but he heard there were more jobs online.
There we go.
These are all for me?
Uh-huh.
Really?
He had no idea just how many.
I can't believe it. This one looks good.
Peter's thinking the internet might be for him after all.
And this is just one website.
Wow. Why didn't I do this sooner?
See what the internet can help you do at everyoneon.org or call 1-855-387-9166 to find a free training class near you. Brought to you by Connect to Compete and the Ad Council.
A new partnership aims to tackle the rising homicide rate plaguing Memphis this year. City leaders announced federal prosecutors will work directly with local police precincts to pursue gun crime cases. Memphis Police Colonel Vicky Shabazz revealed the initiative during a community meeting, stating a dedicated U.S. attorney will assist with gun violence investigations at the Austin P precinct. The collaborative effort comes as the city reports 31 homicides in just 29 days of April, representing a 3% increase, though aggravated assault cases show a 13% decrease. A 73-year-old Nashville woman has been found guilty of murdering her husband. The jury took only 1 hour to reach its verdict against Christine Roberts. She's reportedly admitted to shooting her 68-year-old husband in July of 2023 because he cheated on her. Roberts was sentenced to life in prison. I'm Joe Lincoln, Tennessee Radio Network News.
From the Cookeville Communications News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. A parallel parking pattern will be tested today along Cookeville's West Broad Street between Cedar and Walnut Avenues. City officials say the trial conversion of parking is in direct response to ongoing complaints about angled parking blocking travel lanes. The city says the new parking layout will be evaluated over the next few months before deciding on a permanent parking layout. Tennessee Tech's Board of Trustees this week approved an increase in the school's tuition and mandatory fees for fall 2025. University officials say the 4.8% undergraduate tuition increase will cover operating cost and faculty and staff support. Sycamore Elementary School in Putnam County went into a soft lockdown Thursday. Officials said the lockdown took place as a precautionary measure following reports of police searching for a suspect believed to be in the area. That lockdown lifted by 1 p.m. That's the news from the Cookeville Communications News Center. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Wake up, Cookeville. Cookeville, it's a brand new day. Jason and Sheila got so much to say. From the heart of Putnam to the downtown streets, they're bringing you the buzz, the people you'll meet. Tuning dial up, let the stories flow. Good morning, Cookeville, it's a place to go. They're talking about the town, what's going on around. Events and news that make this county proud. With guests who take the mic and share what's on their minds. Good morning, Cookeville, lighten up your life. From festivals to fairs, local art to the games, they're keeping you connected, knowing all the names. With laughter and stories, the hour flies by. Jason and Sheila keep the good vibes high. Tune in, dial up, let the stories flow. Good morning, Cookeville, it's a show to know. They're talking about the town, what's going on around. Events and news that make this county proud. With guests who take the mic, they share what's on their minds. Good morning, Cookeville, lighten up your life. Oh, good morning, Cookeville. Every morning feels so bright with local voices by your side. Jason and Sheila keep it real. Cookeville's heartbeat you can feel. They're talking about the town, what's going on around. Events and news that make this county proud. With guests who take the mic, they share what's on their minds. Good morning, Cookeville, lighten up your life. So grab your coffee, start your day. Good morning, Cookeville's on the way.
Morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila here. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. It's 7:06 now.
We've been missing Jacob Vincent. He's been fine. It's just Good Friday we had off. Then the following week we had off. And now we're back and finally get to see Jacob. We missed you from Upper Cumberland Reporter.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
It's good to be back.
Yeah.
This early. It's early for you.
So lots been going on past couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
The high school baseball season is starting to wind down. We're in are they in baseball? Are they called playoffs?
Yeah,
still? Okay.
Pretty much fully into postseason now on both baseball and softball.
Postseason.
District tournament. So
Okay.
same as basketball. Starts with district. You go to region, then sectional after that. So the same rounds. The way they're set up are kind of weird. So not as weird as basketball, but a little bit weird. And so a lot of them are double elimination brackets in the district tournament. And then you keep moving on after that. And essentially 2 teams make it through each tournament until you get to the sectional round, where obviously you play to make the state tournament.
All right, let's talk a little Upper Cumberland schools here. I know Upperman, we got 2 games today, right? And then, but as far as who's leading the way in the Upper Cumberland, is this another here comes Upperman sport or no?
Yeah, no, it is. And and they got a little bit of a scare last night against Cumberland County in their first game of the district tournament. They were down 4-2, and everyone went, "Oh, hey, because it was the first time they had been tested in district play. Their closest game other than that was a 5-1 win against White County early on in district play. So, and they had beaten Cumberland County by the run rule in each game in the regular season. And Cumberland County, I mean, they've got some good talent, and they had a really good outing from Aaron Minyard on the mound. He threw it really well, and it was a little bit slower velocity guy, so just kind of threw the batters off for the Bees just a little bit. And then when Cumberland County took the lead, I think that experience kind of kicked in for the Bees that they have kind of picked up these last few years. Scored 6 unanswered, ended up winning 8-4, and have set themselves up nicely. They'll play Stone Memorial coming up in the semifinals on Saturday.
So Cumberland County is out now?
Not yet. So since it's double elimination, they've only lost 1 game. So everybody technically in this district, in District 7 3A, which is the tournament that we're broadcasting, is still alive. But tonight are 2 elimination games. So Cumberland County will play DeKalb County at 4. Livingston will play Sparta at 7. Whoever loses those games will be done. Whoever wins will keep their season alive at least for another game.
That's some pretty good matchups there, don't you think?
Yeah,
I mean,
should be fun.
Those should all be close.
And that's what's been fun about 7 AAA this year. Outside of Upperman, it's been super competitive.
Yeah.
I mean, Upperman has rolled through this district, and again, that game against Cumberland County was the most competitive one that they have had this season against a district opponent. And then outside of that, it's just been pure chaos from seeds 2 through 6. So it should be a lot of fun tonight.
Upperman, they've got a lot of upperclassmen on their baseball team. Obviously, that helps, right?
Yeah, and this is a senior class that they're now over 100 wins in their career at Upperman. So averaging, averaging 25 wins a year. They're over 20 now on the season this year, and I mean they've got 8 seniors, and they've just the program that they have built, that Coach Shanks has built here in these last 5-6 years that he's been there. It's been pretty incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, they won a state title their freshman year, state runner-up sophomore year, made the sectional last year. They've had a ton of success, and they feel like they could get back there again this year.
Who's the sleeper in the Upper Cumberland that that has a chance to make a run to state?
I want to throw Gordonsville in that mix. They made the state tournament last year. Seems like they've played some pretty good baseball here of late. They got a win yesterday against Pickett County or against Red Boiling Springs in their first game, 16-0. We expect
16-0.
Yeah, we expect them to make a pretty good run, which that district is not. They kind of stand out, similar to Upperman, where they stand out above the rest in that district with Pickett County, Clay County, and Red Boiling Springs, and then Clark Range in there as well. So we expect Gordonsville, they've got a chance to make it again. We really, I know we haven't talked about softball yet, but we really expect Gordonsville softball to be there. Cookeville baseball, they took one on the chin last night. They were the number 1 seed in their district tournament and played Stewart's Creek, who played into them in a play-in game and ended up falling 5-2. So now Cookeville's going to have to come out of the losers bracket. And the way some of these 6-team losers brackets are set up are really weird this year.
So who does Cookeville play next?
I'm
sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, you're fine. That's a good question, though.
Throw that at you
I
like
just
that.
had the bracket pulled up, and I was trying to find that out on the fly. And
do you know Sheila?
No.
No.
Well,
I don't know. You don't
can tell
know.
you when they
Jacob
play.
is unsure. How am I going to be the one to know?
You weren't part of the conversation. I was just trying to bring you into the conversation. Sheila.
I believe they'll
to
play
let me know what I don't know.
Yeah.
I believe they'll play Laverne.
Laverne.
I believe so.
That sounds right.
Yeah. What about Shirley? When does she get to play?
He don't get that one, I'm sure. That was way before his time. It was a TV show, Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
He's heard of it.
Yeah.
My parents kept me informed for the most part.
My parents.
Which I think they're watching. One of them is.
Oh, really?
Normally they do.
Hey.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
My mom tunes in for the most part on Fridays. So.
We love Jacob. You did a fine job. Oh, the dad did too.
Yeah.
Mainly the
did,
mamas we know.
When we were talking about the golfer that we were thinking of a couple weeks ago, Dad was tuned in and he texted me right away.
Oh,
and told me
really?
who it was.
Dads do a great job. Hey, Dad.
Let's talk a little bit about Upper Cumberland softball. We know about Gordonsville.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a great player on their team. But we're pretty confident about them going to state. What about some of the other softball teams in the Upper Cumberland?
7 AAA, so the teams with DeKalb County, White County, Upperman, Stone Memorial. That district tournament should be a lot of fun. We got to see Stone Memorial and their freshman phenom against Gordonsville earlier this week. They've had a great season, only 4 losses on the year, and Kenzie Jackson is their pitcher. And has thrown a really good season so far, as she can hit it well. So we expect them to have a pretty good chance to make a run in that district tournament. DeKalb County's probably the favorite in 7 AAA on the softball side. Cora Kilgore, who has been there for quite some time, is their pitcher and kind of leads the way for them. They've got a really good team. And that's a program in DeKalb County where they had been winning a lot of games, had a little bit of a lull in these last couple of years, and now kind of back to where they were, and Cora Kilgore is going to let them back to that spot. So we expect to see them to make a pretty good run as well.
We'll wrap up some of the local sports, high school sports, and then let's talk what happened in the NFL draft a little bit. We really hadn't hit on that much, and want to get your opinion on the Titans and Shedeur Sanders and all the other drama that went down during the draft. It was the most drama-filled and most fun draft I had.
So you're saying you liked the drama? It kept it interesting, didn't it?
Yes, it was. It was very professional wrestling. The storyline. The storyline was. Didn't you think?
A little bit.
So we'll talk to Jacob about that coming up here on Good Morning Cookeville. We're live in the Willow Window studio. Hang out with us. We'll be right back.
Discover unbeatable value at Freedom Pawn, your ultimate one-stop shop. Conveniently located at 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta, we offer a vast selection of guns, ammo, knives, instruments, cameras, game systems, jewelry, tools, kayaks, trailers, and more. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, our expert team is here to help. We're now open on Mondays, so visit Freedom Pawn Monday through Saturday. Come see us and experience the difference. Freedom Pawn, the friendliest and cleanest pawn shop in the Upper Cumberland.
Your home, your sanctuary. This includes your outdoor haven as well as the interior of your home. Willow Window can elevate your outdoors today with elegant and innovative products from SummerSpace. From awnings and outdoor shades to porch enclosure systems, transform your porch to your favorite part of your home. SummerSpace has the perfect solution specific to your needs. Call Willow Window today for your free estimate, 931-WINDOW-1.
Unlock the best of local entertainment with Hub Plus. Do you have Roku? Download the Hub Plus app today. Dive into exclusive content like Good Morning Cookeville presented by Elevate Real Estate, catch all the action with high school sports from Upper Cumberland Reporter, and stay updated with the latest weather from Upper Cumberland Weather. Plus, enjoy fantastic local shows such as The Randy Porter Show and Cookeville Lifestyles Show. Don't miss out. Download the Roku app now and start exploring.
Outdoor spaces. My goodness, they do it all at Willow Window. Get more info at willowwindow.pro. Good Morning Cookeville's brought to you by our friends over at Elevate Real Estate.
Thank you, our friends, for helping bring this to you. Pastor Shane Warren will be in just a little bit with the Ben Church. We'll talk to him after we're done with Upper Cumberland Reporter's Jacob Vinson. Right?
Yeah.
You looked at me funny. Did I say something wrong?
No, I'm just waiting for you to get done, Sheila.
Jacob Vinson.
Jacob, let's dive right into the NFL draft. What do you think about the Titans' first pick, picking a quarterback? Obviously, we knew that they needed that. We knew that before the minute that they drafted Levis. Most of us knew that.
You were trying to. I didn't know. I was trying to get behind Levis, and Jason told me I'd be disappointed. And I wound up being very disappointed.
Pick a Kentucky guy.
Yeah.
You just
can't do it. That's one thing Indiana and Tennessee can agree on for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
That state between?
Yeah.
No good.
No, I mean, it messes you up in football especially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So their pick, Cam
Ward, from Miami.
How do you think he's going to be good for Tennessee Titans?
I mean, going off of what Noah says, he likes it. He really liked the pick. So it's in a draft.
If Noah likes it.
Well, they had to get a quarterback.
Yeah, and it's in a draft that didn't have a ton of great quarterback options. I think he was definitely the top option.
Yeah.
And I know we'll get into it, but obviously it kind of sounded like it was between Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders, and for whatever reason, it sounded like the interviews didn't go so well.
Well, the more I've learned about Cam Ward, the more I've liked the kid.
And a good player and a good attitude as well.
And it seems like a really good person, really good fan. I'm not saying that Shedeur's not a really good person or comes from a really good family, but that Cam Ward just seems
Like a better fit.
more down to earth, maybe I should say.
Well, and I think definitely, I mean, he had to earn it to get there. Whereas obviously Shador, he played at Jackson State, but then went to Colorado with his dad when he took the head coaching job, and he's a really good player. But I mean, he's had to work for a ton in terms of football wise to get where he is.
Yeah.
Whereas Cam Ward, I mean, out of high school, he went to Incarnate Word. He didn't even go to Division I football, and then had to work his way into it. And then obviously at Miami, I mean, he absolutely went off in his senior year.
That says a lot about his tenacity and how much he's willing to put into it, which I really like the gumption around that.
Me too. I know they need a quarterback. I'm glad that that's who they got. And then the rest of the draft, you were sitting there waiting. For Shador Sanders to be picked.
Yeah.
When he got past the first round and he hadn't, I was like,
You're like, what?
Oh my gosh.
Well, and then even the pick that with the Browns taking him as their second quarterback taken in the draft was kind of interesting because they took Dylan Gabriel as their first quarterback, and they need a quarterback as well. And then they took Shador. And so you wonder, obviously there's probably going to be a competition, and then do you trade one of them and try to get either picks in future drafts or try to get somebody in return? But it's tough to trade such a young rookie quarterback because they haven't proven themselves.
Right, you still don't know what you're getting.
So it's it was really interesting. But dropping all the way to the 5th round after expecting to go really, really high, and if not even really high, at least in the 2nd round.
And that's what I thought.
Just continued to drop, and then you mentioned the drama as well. He gets a prank call from Atlanta, and it
which was really odd since that's where Dion did his thing.
No, it was really interesting draft, but I mean he's very very confident player. We'll put it nicely for Shador Sanders. So it's one of those where he felt like maybe should have been humbled a little bit, and we'll see if it kind of pays off for him in the league.
Now his teammate from Colorado, was it Travis Hunter? Travis Hunter is a freak of nature. I mean, I don't think there's been a athlete on the football field like him maybe ever
that have played that many plays.
Right.
There's been guys that have gone both ways. But it's interesting because he is really good at wide receiver. He's really good at cornerback. I don't know if he's great at either spot, but he plays every single play, and I think that's what's super impressive. Just to have the conditioning, because in football it's just to play one side. And I mean, your body is beat up after one game.
Probably as he gets older, he'll have they'll have to pick. I just don't know where they'll put him on the field. I think they drafted him as a corner.
Yeah, I think,
but I mean, how could you not put that kid out in wide receiver too? The numbers he had in college,
and I think a lot of it might be you play him at corner for the most part, the majority of the time. And then you play him at like a slot receiver maybe.
Yeah.
And then on third downs on either side, you can take him out and give him a break because it's probably, if it's 3rd and short, whatever it is, probably going to be a run play. You probably don't need one of your top corners out there as much. You might want more of a power package on either side of the football. So that might be a case where they're able to give him some rest, and because he's come in and said he's going to play both sides. He wants to play both sides, and it'll be interesting to see how much Jacksonville kind of sticks to that.
Yeah, I always feel bad when the kids got to go to Jacksonville or Carolina or the Browns.
Yeah. Which Jacksonville might be the best out of some of those options.
Yeah.
I mean, Trevor Lawrence has shown that he can throw the football at times.
Oh, yeah.
He's had obviously some rough years in the last couple, but not a horrible spot. You got a new head coach coming in as well, so it's somewhat of a rebuild. But, I mean, they've got some good pieces there, whereas, like you said, Cleveland is tough, Carolina is tough. And we'll see.
Well, I mean, Tennessee's tough, too. The Titans tough. And in watching the rest of the draft, to me, anyway, this is one of the best drafts the Titans have had in recent memory, where they actually seem like they might have put some thought into it.
Yeah, and obviously, I mean, Cam Ward was no-brainer.
Yeah.
And then they get a receiver after that, which is something they needed as well. So, I mean, defensively, they were pretty solid last year.
Right.
Offensively, obviously, is where the struggles were, and a lot of that was at the quarterback position. So now you feel like your run game's pretty good with Spears and Pollard. You bolstered the offensive line last year, so now you're adding some receivers into the mix and trying to see if you can get the offense going a little bit.
I thought Dylan Sampson from Tennessee would go higher in the draft. I don't know why he slipped. He was, responsible for more touchdowns. I mean, he set records, touchdowns, yards, some Tennessee records, some SEC records.
Yeah.
And was always, one of the week players all through the season. I can't figure out why Dylan Sampson didn't get picked higher.
It seems like the running back position just isn't quite as valuable as a lot of other positions, especially in the NFL. It's kind of changing more towards them because it's been a passing league forever, and now in these last 2 years they've just been playing two high safeties and saying, okay, try to throw the ball and we'll pick it off. And so they've started to go back into that run game, and obviously Ashton Genty, he was going to be the number one running back no matter what.
No problem with that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there was even some better running backs depending on the team.
Right.
But I just didn't expect with all his success this past year, except for really 2 or 3 terrible fumbles.
Yeah. And maybe that was in the back of the minds of some of the
it could
GMs
be. I don't know, but I mean, but he didn't become a fumble machine.
No, right.
He just had 3 that were in the worst possible times that they could have been. Is all.
Yeah, and I think some of it too, just running backs feel pretty interchangeable in the NFL, where you can kind of go anywhere, and normally you can find an athlete where if you have a good offensive line, you can just give it to him and just put it up and let him go. And so maybe that could be some of the thinking too. But I mean, he was really, really good in college, and I wouldn't be surprised if he finds a really nice role in the NFL.
I think he will. I think he's got that burst of speed that the NFL really looks for, and maybe not be the shiftiest guy through the line, but boy, when he hits,
pretty powerful guy.
Now I don't keep up with hockey at all. Do you?
Not a ton.
But I know it's the Stanley Cup playoffs right
I've
now.
included some in the sports reports, so it's I know they're kind of getting deep into those first rounds. Some of the teams have moved on, and I think they're about 6 or 7 games into those first round games, so they're getting closer to that next round in the Stanley Cup playoffs. But no, that's one sport that I've never actually really gotten into.
I feel like I just can't understand it. Now I do love going to. Like the Predators, love it. It's fun. It's a blast.
I will say I
have no idea what they're doing.
When the U.S. played Canada a couple months ago, I watched that. That was tremendous.
And then the Kentucky Derby is this weekend. Do you keep up with horse racing at all?
No, but that's one that I'll normally at least throw on and just for the fun of it.
Do you do any bets? Do you ever bet?
Not on horses. I haven't.
Huh.
I haven't.
I hadn't picked out a horse yet. I normally have by now. I normally pay better attention to the Derby, just haven't.
Yeah.
This year for some reason. I guess I've been too busy to care about gambling.
Well,
I guess
it involves money.
To be too busy for that.
Do what?
We got to make money as far as a bet.
Right. Yeah. I just
have some to put down.
I just hadn't paid attention to the Derby much this year.
Well, you'll make fun of my woman powers as far as picking one as they get ready on Saturday. Because I love the pomp and circumstance, like listening to the stories. That one sounds good.
Yeah.
Let me root for that one.
I do wish that I had the money to go and be like one of those big celebrities and put down $100,000 for some random horse to win.
Yeah.
And then it does.
Win. Yeah, that would be really fun.
I forgot. I guess maybe it was Terrell Owens one year.
Yeah.
Was it Terrell Owens?
I think it was him.
And he goes and puts down like we could have all bought a house with the kind of money he put on there on one horse to win. So he didn't spread his money out at all.
Yeah.
He didn't hedge any bets or anything like that. I'm picking this horse 4-2 win. And by golly, if that thing didn't win, and I want to say it was like a 10-1 kind of horse.
Oh my God.
Well, he seems like the type that would have went down to that stable and whispered in that horse's ear.
Yeah.
And gave him a little get up and go.
Right.
Pre-game talk.
Yeah.
Jacob Vincent is in here with us from Upper Cone Reporter. 2 broadcast games today. Go through those one more time.
So elimination games today in the 7 AAA baseball tournament. It'll be played at Upperman, but it's Cumberland County, DeKalb County in game 1 at 4. And at 7 o'clock is Livingston Academy and White County. And again, you win, you keep your season alive for at least another game. You lose, and your season comes to a close.
Now, have they already said if there's weather, how they'll make it up or no?
We'll see.
Okay.
It's Saturday games are right now at 10, 12:30, and 3. Monday games are the championship games at 5 and 7. So we'll just have to wait and see. Last year they didn't play championship.
If they don't, they've got to go to a secret location and flip a coin.
They might, something like that. You just got to get 2 teams through. So if you get 2 teams to make the championship, then those teams are going to the region.
Coming up, we've got Pastor Shane Warren with the Bend Church on the way. Jacob, thank you for being here. We appreciate it. It's Good Morning Cookeville. We're live here in the Willow Window Studio. We'll be right back.
No support from my broker, minimal commission splits, and outdated marketing tools.
Sound familiar? Accelerate your real estate career with Elevate. Experience broker support, coaching, and training on how to make your team successful, competitive commission plans, and cutting-edge marketing tools.
Join our innovative company with a proven system that compresses 3 years of business growth into just 1 year. Please call 931-520-6450. Elevate Real Estate. We help you accelerate.
Never, ever, 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 never, ever, ever, never been a better time to buy a new Ford than right now. Hey guys, this is Jeff Root, General Manager at Ford Lincoln of Cookeville. For a limited time, Ford has announced employee pricing for everyone. You pay what we pay. Everyone gets employee pricing. There's never, ever, ever, ever been a better time to buy a new Ford than right now. Come see us, 1600 Interstate Drive, or visit us online anytime at FordLincolnofCookeville.com. See dealer for details. Some exclusions apply.
Did you know that all of our stations have some great half-price Upper Cumberland deals? You're supporting local businesses and getting great savings at the same time.
Businesses like Fog Light Food House, CG's Boutique, The Exceptional Bean, Fire and Vine Restaurant and Rooftop Bar, and the Royal House of Cheese.
Visit any of the Cookeville Communications station websites for more information or to purchase a half-price gift card.
Good morning, Cookeville. I'm Jacob Vincent with the UCR Sports Report. On UCR last night, the Upperman Bees baseball team beat Cumberland County 8-4 to open up the 7 AAA district tournament. The Bees trailed 4-2 but scored 6 unanswered runs to punch their ticket to the semifinals. In Game 2, Still Memorial beat White County 5-1, powered by Titus Bisbee on the mound, who went 5 innings, only allowing 1 hit and no runs. World number 1 golfer Scotty Scheffler is still seeking his first victory of the season and got off to a hot start at the CJ Cup Byron Nelson yesterday, shooting a 10 under 61 to lead by 2 shots after the first round. Scheffler missed last year's event in his hometown due to the birth of his second child. The New York Knicks punched their ticket to the Eastern Conference semifinals, beating Detroit 116-113 last night and winning their series 4-2. Knicks will play the Boston Celtics starting on Monday in the semifinals. In the Stanley Cup playoffs, the Maple Leafs and Golden Knights each moved on. Toronto beat the Senators 4-2 to win their series 4-2, while Vegas beat the Wild 3-2 to win their series 4-2. Join us tonight on the UCR Facebook page and YouTube channel for more 7 AAA baseball tournament action. At 4 o'clock, the Cumberland County Jets play DeKalb County, and at 7, White County takes on Livingston Academy. I'm Jacob Vincent, and that was the UCR Sports Report.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
happy to have Pastor Shane Warren in with us. He is with The Bend in Cookeville. Fairly new church. It's been around since, is it November or December?
Well, we're new in our location there.
Yeah,
but,
new location.
We started about 4 years ago in a barn, actually in a barn loft with 4 people.
I love the stories behind how something got started.
Yeah.
So you get started in a barn loft with 4 people.
Yeah, if I get
how does that work? I mean,
well, can I give a little context?
Yeah, absolutely.
Pam and I are from Cookeville. My wife and I, we were high school sweethearts. Graduated high school in '88, and I went to Bible college and couldn't live without her. 6 months later, had to come back and
like
get
I missed
her.
you.
Yeah, so we married really young. I think I just turned 19. She is 18 years old.
Yeah.
And so from that point, Bible college, I started speaking and went to a little church in Smithville, Tennessee that was running about 11 people at the time, and got up and spoke because nobody else would go preach at this church. And so anyway, some man got up with a pair of overalls on at the end of service and said, well, I think we found our pastor. And they took a vote and voted 11-0 for me to be the pastor. And I didn't know that I could say no.
Well, did you know that was going to happen, or were you just, or did you know that that you're even in the running to be the preacher, or no?
No, absolutely not. I was asked to go there to preach because nobody else would go.
That makes the story even better.
And so
That's funny. It seemed that was a God thing, definitely.
Well, that's how I tell people, I didn't get to pass go, collect $200. I went straight to senior pastor prison. I mean, I didn't get to be a youth pastor or a children's pastor or associate. I went straight to senior pastor prison at about 20 years old. And me and my wife found ourselves pastoring a church. And so that began about a 30-year journey for us. So most of our ministry has been away from here. We spent almost the last 20 years of our life in West Monroe, Louisiana, and that was really where our ministry exploded to the world and started writing all these books and then doing television all over the world and traveling 87 nations and preaching.
That's wild to think about that.
Crusades. And
that all came from
11 people.
Being I know 11.
Yeah.
I mean, that's nuts.
And I love how some preachers how it works for them is they prove themselves, and then they get to go into a great church and it's already built.
Yeah.
That never worked out for me.
Well,
so I built my
God said you're a builder.
Well, I guess. And so I built my first church, and we grew exponentially. Then we went to Fayetteville, Tennessee, started all over with 22 people. That grew exponentially. Then went to West Monroe to a church that had been through a really tough season, about 10 splits in 20 years.
Oh my gosh.
Starting over and built to, what Leadership Magazine's called the top half of 1% of churches in America.
No kidding.
We were listed in the top 100 churches in America. It's the craziest thing. There's a lot to do in Louisiana.
Yeah.
You go see, you compete with New Orleans. And
right. Oh, yeah.
LSU. But our church was listed as the place to be in Louisiana on Sunday morning.
It sounds like God wanted you to create all these little cells everywhere, these faithful cells, and get to know people. And
either that or he was trying to kill me. One of the two.
We're working hard.
I haven't quite figured that out. But we always wanted to come back home. So, to make a very long story short, about 5 years ago, we decided, hey, we're going to give everything we've built, which was thousands of people, multiple campuses, television stations, everything, to our associate, to the leadership team. We're going to come back home. We want to move back to the mountains. And we did that. And, and show you how God works, my little thinking was, I'll just travel and speak, because at that time I had like 280 speaking engagements on my calendar. I'll just travel and speak, and I'll write books. Eventually I'll get around, maybe I'll plant a church or do something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And we move here, and 4 months later, COVID hits. And immediately.
So there goes your speaking engagement.
There goes my whole calendar.
Right.
There goes my whole life, my whole livelihood, everything. And so we sat all through COVID wondering, what in the world is God doing? I mean, moves us back to Cookeville to sit here on the top of the mountain and look at a at a lake, and
which isn't a bad thing.
No, it's not. Trust me, it beats the swamps any day of the week. I love
Amen.
it. But yeah, so that's how we got back to Cookeville, and then about 4 years ago, a small group of us got together, and they said, "Hey, would you start doing a Bible study?"
Yeah.
And I said, "I will, on one condition: we do it on Thursday nights, because as soon as everything really opens back up, I'm gonna be traveling, and that's the only time I could do it."
Yeah.
And we had our first kind of get together in a barn on a cold February night. It was literally almost icing outside, and we were in a barn loft, and 70 people showed up for that.
Wow,
I'm like,
that's
oh,
better than 11.
People might be hungry, you know, here. And from that, we literally have outgrown. We've been in 7 locations in 4 years. We've outgrown every building we've been in. And it's just been one thing right after the other.
Well, you just got into a new place over there by Tractor Supply and Goodwill there.
Is that where Office Max used to be?
Yeah. So we renovated that.
Yeah, big spot there.
Yeah, about 35,000 square foot.
But it doesn't look anything like Office Max anymore.
No.
Y'all did a whole lot of renovation.
We did a bit. We did about $1 million renovation there, and put state-of-the-art everything in there, and can seat about 800 adults in the sanctuary comfortably. And,
wow.
And then facilitate the children and youth, and, you know, huge foyers. And so it's been really great. And since we moved in there, it's been, it's like somebody opened the gates and the horses took off, and I'm just holding on for dear life. Like I told my church Wednesday night, don't ask me what my vision is. At this point, the way things are going, I'm just got like every day, okay, God, what's next?
Well, it sounds like it's kind of been that way from the beginning, but now you've just kind of why make a plan?
Yeah, why make a plan?
God has his own plan for you.
Yeah. God's got this plan for me. I'll just wake up every morning and go, what is it today?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So now, you know, I spend the bulk of my time doing that, pastoring, and then I help oversee 2 networks of churches of about 3,500 churches across America, and so I spend my time on Zoom calls with pastors, helping them, teaching them how to grow churches, how to revitalize churches, how to plant churches.
Yeah.
And then
they come to you like, how did you do this?
Yeah, so that's, you know, it's kind of what I've been doing for a long time now, really for about 15, 20 years. That's been my life. That's really where I find more of my energy is pouring into other people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it sounds like you're really great at it.
I love it.
Is this a talent that just come naturally to you, or did you study about planting churches and how to do it and how to grow them, or was it just something that comes naturally to you, or both?
Well, I think it was a little mix of both, but it came one of 2 ways, just like everybody else, just like you guys with this program. You learn 2 ways. You learn through the voice of a mentor, or you learn through the voice of pain. Mm-hmm. And if you cut one of those voices out, you give God only one other option to teach you. So in the early days,
sometimes you don't want that.
In the early days, I didn't have the voice of a mentor that taught me anything. That's the reason I'm so passionate about helping people that have a call on their life, whether it's business or whatever that might be.
That passion is what speaks to everybody.
Yeah.
That's what it is. They know you're sincere.
Yeah, they know I'm sincere, and I have a passion for that. And so I burn to do that. I tell everybody, you're going to be one of 2 types of people. You're either going to be climbing a ladder, or you're going to choose to be the ladder. And so my wife and I, through the years, have just chosen to be the ladder to help people climb higher. And in doing so, God is, you know, elevated us and blessed us. And so it's really been awesome.
I want to talk about the name Bend. I see it as you bend with things as God, wherever God sees you. But I want to know where that name come from.
You don't even know some of the comments that have been on TikTok about what.
Oh, I know. I've seen some of those comments.
I'm sure,
I didn't even think of it in that context.
I'm a former degenerate, but I still have degenerate thoughts.
Yeah.
And so, yes, I could completely get where
I've never been a former degenerate, but I have thought about beating a few people up, and, you know, and asking God for forgiveness.
That's right, yeah.
No, so how it started is when we started meeting in the barn. The barn met at Newton's Bend Farm.
Oh.
That was the farm. And so I knew a story that I had, and it was so ironic. My last message at my last church, I preached a message about Evan Roberts, who was a revivalist at the turn of the century in Wales. Wales at that time was the most dangerous nation in the history of the world at that time. And you couldn't go out after dark. Murder rate, everything was horrible. The abuse of children and women was horrible. And one young teenager, started praying a prayer, and it was a simple prayer: Lord, bend me. And after 13 years, he said the Spirit of God came upon him, changed his life. He stood up in the middle of a church service and gave a testimony, and revival broke out in Wales. Within a few short months, over 100,000 Welshmen had come to Christ, and almost the entire nation had so come to Christ that it shut down every bar, every prostitute house. It was so bad that even it was such a profound move that they had to retrain all of the animals how to behave, because they were used to being beaten, cursed, and the animals didn't even know how to behave. Well, that spread to the Appalachians, which was the Cane Creek Revival in Kentucky, which spread to William Seymour in California, which was the Azusa Street outpouring, which led to the move of the Spirit-filled organizations all across America, and really played into a great role of shaking. So I said, hey, since we're going to be meeting at the barn at Newton's Bend Farm, let's just have one cry, one prayer that we're going to focus around: Lord, bend me, bend the church, bend the nations. And so
I love that.
It just stuck. And so we would just say, hey, come to the Bend for a worship night or whatever. The problem is I wanted to change it. I still sometimes want to change it. But
you can't now. Your sign's too pretty.
Yeah, but what happened?
And it gets noticed.
Well, I got all of these young adults together that had to help me build the church, and I said, hey, this isn't very churchy sounding. Why don't we call it Highlands Christian Center, or something like that? And every one of them voted me down. And they said, no, we want to keep the name because we have to tell the story of how God shook a nation, and our nation needs to be shook.
And you're helping with that too. You're taking on a role within I heard you're at the White House.
Yeah, a lot.
So
we'll talk to him about that when we come back.
We'll take a break, and we'll talk when we come back with Pastor Shane Warren from the Bend Church. All coming up here in just a little bit. It's Good Morning Cookeville, live in the Willow Window Studio.
Elevate your space with high-quality window treatments from Willow Window. Our dedicated team crafts custom solutions featuring sleek blinds, elegant shades, custom interior and exterior shutters, and luxury drapery tailored to your style. Transform your windows into stunning focal points that enhance your home's charm. Reach out to us today for your complimentary estimate. 931 Window 1.
Unlock the best of local entertainment with Hub Plus. Do you have Roku? Download the Hub Plus app today. Dive into exclusive content like Good Morning Cookeville presented by Elevate Real Estate, catch all the action with high school sports from Upper Cumberland Reporter, and stay updated with the latest weather from Upper Cumberland Weather. Plus, enjoy fantastic local shows such as The Randy Porter Show and Cookeville Lifestyles Show. Don't miss out. Download the Roku app now and start exploring.
Warning! Excessive fun ahead. The 47th Annual Polk Salad Festival hits Jackson County May 8th through the 10th with live music, vendors, events, and car show. And more polk salad than you can shake a biscuit at. Visit polksalad.org and tell your taste buds we said you're welcome. It's the Polk Salad Festival in Jackson County with Cookeville Communications.
From the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio, I'm Anthony Taylor with your Friday morning forecast. Our best chance for rain and storms so far this week will come later today. Thunderstorms are expected to develop in the heat of the afternoon, continuing into the evening hours. A few storms could be strong with gusty winds and hail. Highs will climb to around 80. South-southwest wind around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Showers and storms are likely overnight with lows around 60. Saturday is looking wet with scattered to widespread showers and thunderstorms likely. Highs will top out around 70.
Shane Warren is the pastor at the Bend Church. It's on Jefferson Avenue in Cookeville. Just a beautiful building. For the old schoolers, that's the old Office Max. And if you haven't been here in a while to drive by and see, they've changed the whole thing.
Well,
right
for
next
even
to
the old schoolers, that was Walmart.
It was the old Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah, trust me, after breaking up 2 layers of 30 years of tile, I can tell you exactly what it was.
That's a lot of work that you guys did. A lot of work physically on that, but a lot of work trying to, heal people and tell people kind of what you're about as far as using God's word through you. You had mentioned being in Washington, D.C. at the Faith Committee.
Or Faith Commission?
Faith Commission?
Actually, so President Trump has kind of done something that is the first in the history of our nation. He actually developed a White House faith office and put it in the West Wing of the White House, which only has about 16, 17 offices totally.
Wow.
And wants that office to answer directly to him. So I was brought in early on to help with the formation of the faith office to defend the rights of religious liberty and also free speech, the protection of faith in America, not just Christians, but all faith groups. And so, right now we're working really hard, specifically targeting some of the anti-Semitic movements and the kids on college campuses that are being abused, to be honest.
Oh, it's terrible.
And some of the media has been so egregious in not covering a lot of those abuses. And so he gave an executive order, and and I would encourage people to go look at it. It has 8 basic directives, and so I'm part of that team that is helping to work on those directives, and then we are bringing people, influencers, as well as Christian legal minds to the table, as well as significant Christian, Jewish, and other faith voices to the table to let them know that we're there for them, to help them. Just to give you an example, you guys would be shocked, and I'm not at liberty to talk about a lot of things that I know about. It is coming out in the media slowly but surely. The reason it hasn't hit the media yet to the full extreme is because, to be honest, there's bigger fish to fry, so to speak.
Yeah.
My little country hillbilly thing, it's bigger fish to fry. It sounds so stupid now, but I said it.
No.
Everybody up here understands.
Yes,
what
we definitely
We're all
do.
hillbillies here.
For everybody else in the world, that just means we got bigger issues to deal with. But anyhow, you would be shocked if I laid out the details of how literally the Internal Revenue Service, the Department of Justice, and other judiciaries was weaponized against all religions across the board. And some of it is so heartbreaking. Like, just one example I can tell you about is the removal of funds from families that are Christians who want to adopt children. And so thousands and thousands of children had families wanting to adopt them, and prior administration, for whatever reason, defunded that.
Here are these kids waiting to be adopted.
They just believed in Jesus.
They just defunded the ones that were Christian, or all things.
They targeted specifically the ones who were Christians.
Gosh!
And that's just one tiny example.
You'd think that'd be a positive.
Give you another example of all of the.
That hurts down deep.
Oh, it broke my heart.
Down deep.
It broke my heart. I wept when I saw the numbers. It tore my heart up. Another quick one is, we've all seen all the anti-Semitic protests, kids being beaten on, spit on, locked out of classes. Do you know, in the last 4 or 5 years, of all of that happening, even as egregious as many of those crimes were, and we're talking about the desecration of buildings, vandalization of taxpayer-funded buildings on college campuses, many college campuses getting $300-400 million a year from the government, and yet there was not one single case even filed against any person who harmed or kept a child, a young adult, out of a college classroom from getting an education. Not one case filed, not a legal case filed at all anywhere in the Department of Justice. So it's not just Christian.
Going on. There's a
anti-faith
like
movement.
a negative movement.
What do you think it's because the political class seems like they want them to be the religion? They want politics to be the religion.
It is. When you get up there and you start seeing the facts and you start, you start hearing the truths about what is actually happening versus what the media is reporting in general. You are shocked to find out that this is not the suppression of faith. It is an attempt to eradicate faith from the fabric of America. They see faith as a weakness. So this is what's crazy. When President Trump came into office, one of his first executive orders when he got in the White House, in the Oval Office, was to sign an executive order and say, we have to return belief in God and prayer back to the foundations of America, or there's no hope for our nation. And he made that one of the top priorities, and then put a faith office there. And so all of us at our own expense, so I do it at my own expense, or my church underwrites like a missions project, me and other pastors and leaders to go up there, to give of our time, and to work hard to try to help establish this so that they can't accuse us of spending tax dollars.
Now, did you sign up for that? I was wondering how, because there's so many pastors across America. Did you hear about this and say, hey, I want to be involved, or did they come to you?
No, I was invited into it because of my involvement through the years. I used to preach tons on TBN, Daystar, the Word Network, did a lot of commentary, Fox, and other conservative stations all across America. And
they knew about you and knew your passion for it.
In Louisiana, our church, because of its size and depth, was very influential. We influenced Governor Huckabee when he was there. We influenced Bobby Jindal when he was the governor of Louisiana, Senator Ralph Abraham, all these other individuals. It's like God just gave us a voice of leadership there. And so in North Louisiana, when they wanted to get certain things done, they would come to me and three other pastors, because they knew if we didn't support it, the great majority of our people weren't supportive. But we had media outlets that we could use. But what's happened now, as you guys well know, the conglomeration of the big box media companies buying out is putting all of the mom and pop or the local voices out.
That's right.
And thank God YouTube and social media has leveled the playing field a little bit. And now
that's how we're on.
Oh, yeah. Now that it's catching on and it has traction, it's starting to,
people are fighting back, kind of like we
can navigate through for what's true if they want to.
It's out there. It's all the palm of our hand, really.
Not everything you see on a conservative net, everything has a bias. Everybody has an agenda. We all have an agenda. I have an agenda. So, that feeds into what we share and say. So it's very important.
We're talking to Pastor Shane Warren with the Ben Church. We're about to wrap up here. The Good Morning Cookeville music is playing, but for the Ben Church, when are your services?
10 a.m. on Sunday and 6:30 p.m. on Wednesday night.
All right.
You have a great great website, too. Tell them the website.
Yeah, just thebend.church.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. You're very interesting. We need a whole other 30 minutes or maybe an hour.
There's so much more questions I could have asked.
Absolutely. Who do we have on Monday?
Well, I know we have the YMCA ladies. They're coming in to talk about some special things that they're doing. The swim program's 30 years old.
Oh, wow.
So we'll have them on next week.
It makes me feel real old because they built that pool the year I graduated high school.
So coming up on your 30th.
So I guess that's why the doctor said, hey, you might need to be on a Mediterranean diet. Got that talk.
Maybe get more swimming in.
Hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday morning on Good Morning Cookeville, brought to you by Elevate Real Estate, live from the Willow Window Studio. See y'all.